Welcome to our first ever DUOS tier list. Don't skip to the end because the tier list might not make much sense if you don't know the reasons behind each placement. Drop a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss my weekly uploads. Before we get into it, I want to establish the three main types of DUOS teams. First is a carry team, which will have a character that's capable of dealing a lot of damage while having good self-healing, paired with a support type character that can provide extra healing for their carry. Common examples of carry comps would be Ekos and Kurumi, or Kylin and Zafing. The next type is control teams, which have one or two characters that can incapacitate one or more enemies, leading to free damage and an easy advantage. Some examples of control teams are Valda and Monk, or Viper and Tessa. And the last type is a delete comp, where two high damage characters are paired with each other, and they will rely on each other's ultimates to keep each other safe, while they try to kill their enemies as fast as possible. These teams only have as much sustain as their individual ults can provide, and examples of delete comps include Tarka and Ekos, or Zai and Justina. These teams are typically unsafe and require good mechanical skill and good teamwork. Most teams with good synergy will fall under one of these categories, and for this video, I'll be going through each character individually, basing their placement in the tier list on how important I think they are to each of their roles in the teams that they're usually played in, as well as how good the team is when facing the other best teams. Just keep in mind, DUOS has no tournaments, since it's not an officially competitive mode, and even though there may be community tournament duo events, DUOS is considered a casual mode. First is Ekos, and he can go into the A tier. Ekos can act as a strong carry with his first or second ultimate, and anyone that's ever played DUOS knows the power of Ekos Kurumi, but Ekos doesn't have many different comps that go well with his abilities. He can be played with Tarka, Justina, or Zai in a double damage team, or he can use his third ultimate with Viper's first ultimate to lock enemies in a cage for a free stun. Next is Feria, and she's also going in the A tier. She gives a ton of peel for her teammate both in and out of the mech, and she can even give her teammate the mech if they need it. Some of her preferred teammates include Temulch, Valda, Lyam, Tessa, or Zai, mostly characters that can provide substantial control on the ground while Feria is dealing damage in her mech. A good Feria can also carry a healer. Hadi will be going into the B tier. Hadi is not the most effective carry, but can play second ultimate with a healer in duos. He might also use first ultimate and pair with a Justina, Valda, or Temulch for control, damage, and safety. For duos, I think Justina should go in the S tier. Her first ultimate lets her be a strong carry for a healer, while also giving her the versatility to pair well with many other characters' ultimates with short bursts of control or damage like Takeda, Zai, Ekos, or Viper. She can pair with Monk to give him easy grabs with her freezes, or Justina can use her third ultimate with Tessa to help prevent enemies from getting their souls back from Tessa's ultimate. Kurumi will also be S tier. Though she's recently received a nerf to her third skill, it's still her preferred option and remains pretty strong. Kurumi is the go-to support character in duos and one of the easiest characters to get by on if you're not the strongest fighter in combat. Her second ultimate is useful to just about every strong carry in the game, and because of her design, she only really makes a carry comp with whoever she's playing with. Some of the easiest and best carries right now are Zai, Justina, and Ekos. Kylin is going B tier. Kylin just got hit with some big nerfs that heavily affected his strength in the game in general. His second ultimate is usually preferred, and because of its health cost to use, Kylin pretty much needs a healer in duos to function properly. He lacks versatility for this game mode and benefits more from his ultimate's healing when there are more enemies to hit at once. Next we have Lyam going into the B tier. While Lyam is very good on his own, I think he struggles to synergize with many other characters. His second ultimate is usually used in duos since it can help isolate the enemies or lead to some cheesy strats like throwing someone into a Tarka fire pit or kidnapping an enemy with Wuchen. His first ultimate can also be used if he's carrying a healer or playing with another control ultimate user like Temulch. We have Matari in A tier. Activating either of her ultimates refreshes her team's skill cooldown instantly, making her a useful teammate for anyone with a damaging F skill like Zai F2, Viper F3, or Shayol F2. Her first ultimate is better for when she is taking a more supportive role, since she will give healing to her team for 12 seconds, but her second ultimate is usually preferred if she's carrying. Monk is going to go in B tier. A Monk in duos will likely have one of the following teammates to help him get easy grabs: Valda, Temulch, Viper, Justina, or Tessa. A Monk with one of these teammates can be exceptionally deadly when both of them use their ultimates together, usually leading to the other team dying very quickly, but this kind of team is extremely vulnerable without their ultimates, and they will often be without their ultimates at the same time. Moving on to Shayol, she will go in D tier. Shayol is not a very good teammate. Her first ultimate is usually used, and the long animation before it deals damage is very easily interrupted by her teammates. Second ultimate doesn't provide much value in duos, and she is not a good carry pick, not a good support provider, and not a reliable controller. Takeda is next, going in B tier. Takeda is a decent carry pick with a Kurumi, though he may struggle against some of the other strong carry picks whose ultimates will outlast Takeda's. He also pairs well with a control character like Temulch, Valda, or Lyam, since they will give him more freedom to make optimal plays with his ultimate. Then there's Tarka, and he'll be in B tier as well. He faces the same carry problems as Takeda, where he can be outclassed by the likes of Justina, Akos, or Zai, and Tarka will have to work much harder than them to get the same results. But an amazing Tarka player with a Kurumi healing him is one of the hardest things to deal with in duos. And Temulch belongs in S tier. Temulch is one of the best teammates to have with any character. His F skill can be used while under attack, then gives him an offensive control ability that can guarantee focus attacks for his duo onto an enemy while having an 18-second cooldown. Temulch's ultimate charges very fast, so he will often have his ultimate ready, and it's one of the best control ultimates for 2v2 fighting, since it can divide enemies while deleting their stamina, and lead to tons of free damage from his team. A good Temulch can carry, but he's better as a control support for a damage dealer like Monk, Takeda, Feria, Viper, or Zai. Tessa is very good in duos, A tier. Her ultimate can completely control a 2v2 fight, and she will usually use first ultimate with another control character for easy kills like Viper with third ultimate or Valda with second ultimate. Tessa also goes well with damaging characters like Feria, Yoto, Akos, or Monk, but really she synergizes well with just about anyone. She just doesn't make a very good carry. Valda's rework was great for her teamwork, A tier. Both of her F skills now stop gold focus, so she can effectively peel for her teammates like she was never able to before. Her first ultimate sets up classic duo combos like Viper's first ultimate or free monk grabs, but Valda's second ultimate is a versatile control ability that can help a high damage dealing character like Zai, Akos, or Takeda. A good Valda can also carry a healer. Viper is a very useful teammate in duos, S tier. There are many different ways to play Viper, especially in duos. She can use her first ultimate with Valda's first ultimate or Akos' third ultimate for free stuns, or she can use her third ultimate with Tessa's first ultimate to get good value from both at the same time. A good Viper can use third ultimate to carry in duos, though this can be pretty tough. Her area affecting skills and ultimates are very well designed for the game mode, providing long crowd control effects like silence, stun, and weakening healing. When used properly, she can divide and shut down any team of two, but Viper must use her abilities aggressively. Wuchen doesn't have much going for him in duos, C tier. Since his teleport got nerfed, he's not as useful of a support as he once was, with his offensive ultimate typically being the favored choice in duos. His F skill cooldowns are kind of long, and his second skill doesn't heal much, though it does provide a wall for blocking projectiles, and swap is just not very useful in a duo scenario. His ultimate is telegraphed and does not control an enemy enough to be considered a big threat in a teamfight. Yoto Hime is going into the C tier. Yoto's not bad, but not great in duos, since her ultimate can be easily avoided unless she's paired with a controlling teammate like Tessa, Temulch, or Valda. Because of her ultimate's design, she needs some lockdown from her team, so she's not the best carry, but can provide a decent burst of damage during control effects. Yueshan is going down into the B tier. It's kind of rare to see a Yueshan in duos. He pairs well with someone who can lock enemies down with their skills and ultimate like Zai, Valda, or Temulch, but a good Yueshan only needs his teammate to grapple the enemy as much as possible and he will do the rest. So an amazing Yueshan can probably carry, but usually they'll prefer a little setup. Zai is a great pick in duos, we'll put her in S tier. Her ultimate strikes a great balance of damage and control, and she's capable of filling many roles. She can easily carry a healer or function well in a double damage comp since her ultimate provides self-healing and a ton of pressure. She can also benefit from a control-heavy character like Temulch or Tessa, and Zai's fire damage pairs great with Valda's soaked effect. She makes a good team with pretty much anyone on the roster. Lastly, we have Zeping going into the A tier. Zeping is also only a healer and only really fits into carry comps, but she has more of a battle healer playstyle than Kurumi and is a good choice for a healer that wants to be more involved in the fight. Her second ultimate is a great choice for saving a life on her team and is almost always preferred in duos, along with her first skill for maximum healing. Alright, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. This is just my opinion, and I don't have any tournament data to help base these placements on, so let me know what placements you agree and disagree with. If you're still here, then it's time to hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next tier list. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one.